Most people think they have to have better mindset, they have to have better strategy, they need to put more effort in order to manifest abundance and wealth. But the truth is, it's not the mindset, it's not putting more effort, it is the nervous system that blocks abundance. You can read every book on money, you can repeat affirmations, you can do all the subconscious work, but if your body doesn't feel safe receiving money, it will block it. It will push it away. And this is why I want to talk to you about nervous system and share with you how silently your nervous system sabotaging abundance and keeping you away from wealth. So let's talk about why your body doesn't feel safe receiving wealth. What is stopping it to receive money? I want to talk to you about the trauma wealth connection. Most people do not realize that how trauma can shape the reality that you live in, the success that you experience, the money that you receive. It is connected deeply. And this is why when it comes to wealth, people struggle with it because they think they just have to work harder. They just have to push more. They just have to do more things. But ultimately, they are focused on the outside to feel safe in the inside. They believe when they have money, they will feel safe. But the body is not familiar with money as safety. Body feels unsafe receiving, and this is why it rejects it. This is why the nervous system will sabotage the money, and we cannot build an empire with the nervous system that is still in survival. The reason we stay in survival mode, because growing up, if we experience chaos, if we experience criticism, if we experience uncertainty, scarcity, where the life was chaotic, where the money was difficult, where the challenges were bigger. And one thing I want you to know, it's not just about if you grew up with less money and if your family did not have a lot of money. It is also about the chaos, emotional chaos, emotional safety. Because when we talk about nervous system, it's not just about money. It is about the emotional safety it needs to feel in order to receive. So this is why when we are growing up and if we are in chaotic environment, if we are in environment that requires us to constantly be in fight and flight or freeze, then we will be operating from dysregulated nervous system, and we will be in survival mode. And this is why I want to talk to you about the trauma wealth connection. So how I want you to see wealth is something that in your mind you have as that once I have money, once I have abundance, once I have wealth, I will be able to have more freedom, have luxury, have a house, have a bigger house, have a dream house, or any material things. And I will be loved. I will be able to have love in my life. I'll be able to have connection in my life, right? I put partner, but ultimately what I'm talking about is a connection where is love, where is safety, where is freedom, where is luxury and the material things. So understanding that we are not just talking about wealth, we are not just talking about money, we are not just talking about financial abundance. We are talking about when we think about money or when we think about wealth, we are thinking all these things, their underlying desires that says, once I have the money, I'll have the right partner, I'll have the freedom, I'll have the luxury, and I'll be happier, I'll be more joyful, right? So when we think all of these things, but we are constantly working to make money, constantly working to create wealth, but there's this underlying desires that we are craving, ultimately the nervous system not feeling safe having a partner. So when we create a condition that once I have the money, I will have the partner, for example, the partner that loves me, that care for me, that would be aligned with my values, that will be good to me. So we are creating conditions here. This is why I want you to be aware that we are creating an unconscious loop of once I have the money, I will have the partner. So we are creating this loop. So, if we lived in a chaotic environment, if we did not feel safe, if we experienced abusive relationships in the past, we are creating this connection here where once I have the money, I will have the partner. So that, and if we had an abusive relationships, then having a partner means chaos. Having a partner means not feeling safe. Having a partner means losing freedom, maybe. Having a partner means maybe losing everything, not feeling safe, right? So we are creating this loop unconsciously that once I have the money, I will have the partner. But ultimately, unconsciously, we are creating this pattern where the partner depends on having success. The partner depends on having wealth and abundance. So, if we are unsafe, if we feel unsafe around having a soulmate, if we feel unsafe having a partner, then we will sabotage the money because we don't want to have the money, because consciously we are saying that, oh, once I have the money, I will have the partner, I have the happiness and joy, and I will do this, I will do that. But if we are not feeling safe having a partner because of our past experiences, because of the chaos we've experienced growing up in relationships, or the wounded relationship, the abandonment if we experience, the neglect if we experience, then having a partner is not a safe thing to have. So unconsciously, we will sabotage money, because if we have money, that means we have to have a partner. So unconsciously, we will sabotage it. We will be like, well, it's better to not have money, because once I have the money, that means I have to find a partner. Once I'm successful, I have to find love. And if love doesn't feel safe, we will sabotage money. We will sabotage abundance. And there's a deep connection between love and abundance. There's a deep connection there. So this is why it becomes really important that we are aware that once we say we want money, what are the things that we are afraid of? If we are afraid of being seen, visibility, if we have the fear around visibility, then we will sabotage money. Because if making money means being exposed, being seen, then we don't want the money, right? If making money means that finding love and experiencing chaos or experiencing abuse, then we don't want the money, right? So this is the connection between trauma and wealth that we will unconsciously sabotage, because it's not just about the money. Money is just the means. It's just a means that take you to an end. And so we have to be aware, how do we feel about the end? Because consciously we may say that, oh, I would love to have a partner, I would love to have a beautiful house, I would love to have freedom, right? Consciously we can say that. But if our nervous system is afraid and it's in survival, it will be like, no, having a partner, having freedom means that chaos and abuse. So I don't want success. I don't want money. I don't want it. I rather have less, rather not have it, rather play small, rather stay in my safety. So instead of focusing on the money, focus on the end. What is the end you are seeking? And if the end has that I will be loved and I will have love, and that's when I will have love. And that's a really key sentence that we say, that once I have money, that's when I will. So whatever that's when I will, whatever the desire is after that, you have to be aware what is that desire. And if that desire creates certain anxiety, certain chaos, certain fear in your body, that means you're going to push money away. You're going to push success away. You're going to sabotage wealth and abundance. And this is where the cycle keep continuing, because we get into avoidance. We avoid. And I used to be in that pattern a while ago, and I became very aware when I quit my 9 to 5 job. I was using work, I was using my corporate job to avoid relationships. So I would say that once I become on a certain level financially, that's when I will get married. That's when I will find somebody. But I was unconsciously sabotaging love by saying that I need to make more money in order to find love. right? So I was unconsciously pushing myself away from love. So technically, I was avoiding that in order to just be in that cycle, working very hard, pushing, 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 because I was operating in survival. My nervous system was dysregulated. It did not feel safe. This is why you need to understand money is just the means to an end. And whatever the end you are seeking, is there a fear around it? Is there scarcity around it? Is there feeling that what would happen if that happens? If there's the fear that if I find somebody, what if they are abusive? What if they are going to take all my money? What if they are going to use me and take advantage of me? Right? Those are the fears. They are underlying, they are undercurrent fears that are happening, and that will block money, that will block abundance, because when we operate from scarcity, that survival, that keeps the nervous system blocked. It does not allow anything to happen, because for nervous system, your safety is the most important thing. And if we are not feeling safe having money, if we are not feeling safe having love, if we are not feeling safe being seen, we will block it, and nervous system will block it, so that you stay in survival, so that you feel safe, so that you play small. Another thing I want you to be aware of is that protection doesn't mean expansion. Protection is not equal to expansion. So if we are protecting ourselves, if we are in a mode where I need to protect myself, I need to be safe, I need to protect, that means I cannot expand my capacity. I cannot be in expansion. So that's very important, because in order to hold wealth, we need to expand. We need to expand our capacity to receive. We need to expand our capacity to be wealthy. We need to expand our capacity to have abundance. And abundance comes when we feel safe in our body, when we feel safe receiving, when we feel safe, it is okay to receive, when we do not reject, when we do not push away. So become aware. If you're pushing things away unconsciously, if you are always protecting yourself, if you're always like, I need to protect myself, I need to isolate myself, I need to protect myself, you will not be able to expand. You're not ready for expansion. And that also means the nervous system is dysregulated and you are operating from survival mode. So become aware that if you're pushing things away, for example, somebody gives you compliment, and if you're like feeling uncomfortable receiving compliment, imagine how would you feel comfortable receiving abundance? Your nervous system can't even tolerate compliment. How would it tolerate abundance? Abundance requires expansion. It requires you to be open. It requires you to be in an energy and frequency of this receiving, that happy to receive. And if you're feeling this uncomfortable feeling around somebody say something nice about you, and you're being conscious and you're being nervous and you're feeling uncomfortable, then become aware that you are operating from a dysregulated place. You're operating from not safe place. If you do not allow people to help you, if you push help away, if you tell people, no, I don't need help, I can do it myself, that is a dysregulated nervous system. That is, your nervous system does not feel receiving help. It does not feel receiving support. Every time you push something away, you are pushing abundance. You are pushing away abundance. You are pushing away blessings. Because when people come in and show up in your life and they want to do something for you, even the smallest thing, and you feel triggered, or you feel, no, I don't need help. What do you think? Why do I need help? Why do you think I can't do this on my own? Do you think I'm not capable? That is a very triggered place. And that triggered place means you are operating from a dysregulated place. You are operating from survival. So these things are important to become aware of. And this is why I'm sharing that, so that you become aware that how do you handle compliments? How do you handle help and support? And how difficult it is for you to ask for support, ask for help. And if it's really challenging and difficult for you to ask for help, again, you are not open to receive. Because ultimately, we should be comfortable receiving help. We should be comfortable receiving. We want to have all the help in the world. I want to have all the help in the world. I want everyone to help me with everything. And if you see celebrities, if you notice them, they actually have help for everything, for their makeup, for their eyelashes, for their hair, for their style, for their clothes, for their house, for their food, for their body, for their everything. They have so much help around them. And that's why they're so open for abundance. They receive abundance easily because they delegate, they receive, they are open to receive. And I'll tell you, back in the days, I used to be that person. I don't need help. I don't need support. I can do everything on my own. I can do everything on my own. I don't need anybody's help. And that's how I used to operate. And I was so much in unworthiness that I would not allow myself to have support. And it was so interesting. Only a few days ago, I went to a supermarket and I was holding on to a few things in my hand, and I only needed few things. So I didn't take a basket. I was just holding few things in my hand. I was going to go to checkout. But as I saw something else, I stopped and I was like, I need to get this as well. So my hands were full. Like I had quite a few things in my hand, and I was kind of trying to get another thing in my hand. And there was this guy standing, and he saw me, and he had a basket in his hand. And he came to me and he was like, look, you're going to drop this, take this basket and put your stuff in there. And in an instant, I was kind of, for a second, and I picked it so quickly, for a second, I was going to say no. I was like, no, I don't need it. I'm okay. But as soon as I was about to say it, I literally became aware and I was like, okay, sure. And I took the basket from him. He was actually grateful. He was like, this is first good deed of the day for me. So he became happy that I took his basket and I put my stuff in that basket, and he went away and got another one. But he became happy and he was like, that's my good deed of the day kind of thing. And he felt happy. And I actually felt good as well because somebody came to help me, somebody came to support me. The old me would have said no. Old me would have said, no, I don't need it. I'm okay. Thank you very much. I don't need it. That's how I would have reacted. I was like, I don't need help. Thank you. But by me accepting that what he was offering, he became happy and felt like he's done something good in the day. And I felt happy. So do you see the exchange happened? Even though he gave me his basket, he had to go far away to get another basket, but actually it made him happy. So just to realize that sometimes we feel by asking for help, by taking help, we are being difficult or we are being challenging, but ultimately people want to help. People really want to support. People really want to provide. But if we are not open to it, we will block it. We will stay stuck in survival. We will push it away and we will sabotage it. So it's very important to become aware of these minor little things. And those are the clues if you are operating with the dysregulated nervous system or regulated nervous system. And when our nervous system is in survival, it contracts, it hides, it wants you to be isolated, it doesn't want you to do anything, it will contract. Anyone who's trying to even help you, you will see it as a problem. You will push it away, you will get angry, you will be annoyed that why they're trying to help me. So just become aware that when we are in dysregulated place, we will contract. And the contraction comes from fear of not being able to hold, fear of not being able to feel safe. And it's all comes to the safety. Our nervous system needs to feel safe receiving money. And it will not feel safe if it feels in danger. And it feels in danger because of the chaos we experienced in the past, because of the abuse we may have experienced in the past, because of the challenges we've gone through in the past. It will contract, it will keep it like, don't do anything, be isolated, don't meet people, don't try or go for bigger opportunity, you will be rejected. So it's contracting. So this is why it is so important to become aware. And what I want you to know is reality doesn't respond to your desire. It responds to your capacity to hold. We want to open our capacity to hold money, wealth, abundance. We want to be open for support. We want to be open for help. Those are the things we want to be open for. And we get open to receive when we regulate our nervous system, when we heal and release the deep rooted core trauma that is rejecting, unconsciously rejecting the end result. This is why the manifestation doesn't work. If we are rejecting having a partner unconsciously, therefore we are rejecting the money unconsciously. So these are the loops. They are underlying deep rooted loops that are not visible in the conscious, that is very invisible, that we avoid without knowing that we are doing it, that we don't even realize that we are doing it unconsciously, and we keep moving in that identity. We keep replaying the same pattern over and over and over and over, and then we stay stuck. We stay stuck in survival mode without getting out of it. But once you heal, once you regulate, once you open your capacity to receive, everything becomes effortless. The frequency, the energy, the vibration, the money, the opportunities, the wealth, the love, everything starts flowing into your life because you are open to receive. And this is why we need our receivership to be open. The receivership opens when the nervous system is regulated, when the nervous system feels safe, when the nervous system is not going into fight, flight, or freeze mode, and it is open to receive. That's when we start operating in a higher frequency. And a lot of people ask me how to get into higher frequency. You get into higher frequency by regulated nervous system. When you feel safe in your body, when you move in the energy of flow, is by you having that regulation in your body feeling safe, your body feeling loved, your body feeling regulated. That's when you start moving into higher frequency and higher energy. So if you are ready to open and regulate your nervous system, if you are ready to receive more wealth and abundance and create bigger impact and have a bigger income, then you can click the link below to apply for my mentoring. Other than that, like this video if you like this video, and subscribe to my channel. And may the light in me reaches the light in you.